Alright, so the stream looks like it's working, so going to be doing an F-15 mission where if we look here, just make sure that I'm in the right thing there. Sometimes it takes a few moments to settle in. This is going, yes, okay. Alright, so my Zoom was having a little bit of difficulty, but I think we're good now. So yes, I'm going to be taking off from Coolhand101 with an F-15E. I think there's another F-16 that's going to be flying with me, probably hitting the SA-6 that I put there just for fun. And as I head towards the target, I'll get a message once I get to this target of opportunity thing. They're going to call me to go attack these targets there. My nav actually brings me to a bridge and a building, which would have been the regular targets for the plane, but it's going to be diverted to that. And speaking of the plane, it's going to look like this here. It's going to have a pretty big loadout of GBU-10s on the outside pylons, 8 GBU-12s on the conformal fuel tanks, and I have a single CBU-97 in the middle. So it's really just to test out different loadouts and different weapons and train with the F-15, which this summer I had learned when it came out, but haven't flown it much lately, and since I got the new sticks I had to recreate a bunch of my profiles, and I wanted to get one going for the F-15. So there you go. So that's the whole premise of this mission. It's like a training, but at the same time I trained this afternoon, so hopefully I'll be able to do it more or less like a mission this time. So let's try this. I think I'll save, yeah, just to be certain. This is going to be the F-16 that's going to act as a wild weasel ahead of me there. And so, feet on the pedals, hands on the stick, let's fly this. So let's get a few things there. So I can turn these up a little bit. Radar is on standby. Let's go check in the back seat. I want to turn this on, arm the laser, put that there, go back to the pilot seat. So in my pilot seat I kind of like to set this screen on a TSD. A little bit less brightness, more contrasts. We can see the flight plan a little bit better. Here I'm going to put the HSI for now, but I'll probably end up putting my targeting pod in there. Here I will set up my armament. So first, I don't like these numbers, so let's go check in the menu for AG load. We're gonna find this CBU-97, I just passed it. There it is. We're gonna set it there, and we can set up the fusing as we hear the F-16 taking off over there. And so I like to reduce this and increase this, and that looks good to me. So enter, go back to menu, and then we can go set up our programs. So I think the first program I'll create is the one for the GBU-10s. Auto, ripple single, nose tail. Program number 2 will be the GBU-12s. Auto, ripple single, nose tail. And then program 3, CBU-97, auto, ripple single, height. So that sets up the weapons. And so I think we'll just keep the armament page just in case we need to do stuff, but yeah, no, this, okay, and then go to the correct programs, see if they're all good. Yep. Alright. So I think everything should be good to get us to take off. I forgot my brakes. There we go. Roger, runway 25. This big plane doesn't necessarily stop on a dime, so because it's heavily loaded, you have to think a little bit ahead in your movement. So I think I saw the flaps were down. So just make sure the switch is there. Roger, clear for takeoff. Let's get the gear up, flaps up. Nose trim down. I'd like to turn my master arm before I forget. But we were on AA, so let's change that. Getting close to our first waypoint. I like to look at the outside view when I get my feet off the rudders just to make sure that they're straight. Okay, so we've passed waypoint 1. We're at 10,000 feet, more or less where I want us to be. We can set up autopilot to hold the altitude. I'm gonna set up my targeting pod. There we go. One of the things I learned to do this afternoon is to slave the targeting pod to the flight path marker. For that we have to be in air ground mode, I believe. So let's try that. There we go. It's now slaved to the flight path marker. It's going to be useful to find, if I'm able to find some targets by looking at them through here, I'll be able to designate them, then take control of this, which I could assign. Oh, let's see, still getting used to my buttons. I have to do a long to take control of that with the little lines at the bottom. And so now if I take the autopilot off and I move up and down, you can see that the camera and the flare sort of looking up and down as I go. So that's what we want. So I should be getting a call soon for my targets of opportunity, which are going to be in that area here. Okay, I was supposed to get a radio call. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so there's enemy armor in that sector, so we're gonna go look for it. So we've got our smoke there, that's the indication. And you can see that in the open field there, there's a group of targets. So what I'll do is I'll just put my flight path marker on it, designate, and then, whoops. That didn't work out as planned. Let's try that again. Okay, it didn't work. And so we're just gonna maneuvering back like this. Engaged by a SAM. I'm gonna try changing the program. I think I have to go back to nav. Okay, that's nav. I think the SAM is changing things a little bit. So I'm flying away from the target. I would really like to get my targeting pod going in the right spot. There we go. Okay. That's working. There are our targets there. Okay, we've got something there. Forgot to do this earlier. Now we can move towards the target, designate again. That's better. And now I could start my laser. And I'll be ready to drop in about 15 seconds. I like to have like a slight dive when I do because the bomb has to see the laser. this. Bombs away. See if we'll hit it. Good. That's a target hit. Can confirm with what we see down there. As you can see, there's a lot of fire there. Maybe one of the tanks survived. And so now, oh, I'm getting shot at by AAA. I'm gonna undesignate my target. Put the HUD in command and get my camera slaved to the HUD and flight path marker. Get ready for another pass. I saw some other vehicles in that field at the far end, so they're going to be my target for the other big GBU-10. Those three things there. Try that. There we go. Target designated. Let's target the center one there. And now we're going to be ready to drop our bomb. Bomb away. Lasing. Boom. See some good hits. Now that AAA is starting to bother me a bit. So what I'll do is I'll switch to program 2, which are the GBU-12s. We're going to see if we can maybe spot that AAA. So this. And we're back to the HUD. That's the location where it was this afternoon. I'm going from memory here. No, it's further that way. Okay. Spotted it there. Can see it shooting. I'll just mark it and then I'll do another pass because we're too close. We'll head out to sea. That way we put the SAM sight on our 90-degree there. Let's check in the menu here for this. Almost supersonic, so it goes pretty quick. Make a turn around. So that looks decent. Let's see here. So we're going to take control of our targeting pod and see if we can really spot these well. There we go. Going to designate that, and now we're going to fly towards it. Get ready to drop a bomb. Bombs away. Let's move away. Lasing. Boom. That should take care of the AAA threat. We're going to be able to breathe a little bit better as we target now. So do the same thing, HUD in command, bring the camera over here. What else is there? There looks like there's something in edge of the field there, right here. Okay, let's designate it and then long. There you go. It's designated, but I'm too close to fire, so I'm gonna have to do another pass to make it more precise. Curious to know if the F-16, yeah, he's fired a harm, so he's probably taken care of the SA-6. The other warning I get here is an early warning radar that I put in the mission, so they'll know where I am, but they can't fire with that. So we'll turn around and head for our target, which is at the edge of the field over there. There it is. So let's get the camera a little bit more precisely on it. There we go, designated. 9 seconds to drop. Bombs away, lasing. Boom. Awesome. Undesignate. HUD in command. Bring back the camera. Now I know there's somewhere where there are tanks. I think it's near here. Yeah, those two little dots are tanks. So I'm gonna try to get an approach done with CBUs. So let's go here. Armament, air to ground. Program 3 was the one I set up for the CBU. And I've found that I almost have to dive on it for it to be very precise, but first we'll lock it up. And then we'll refine our approach. Got this. That looks good. I'll do another pass. We use the power of the F-15E. Gonna go inverted and dive on it. Bombs away. Let's see what that looks like. Not sure it worked. But that's okay, we've got other armaments, so we'll go back to program 2. We'll just do them individually. There we go. So zoom in like that, like that, like that. Arms away. Boom. Yeah, he's burning. His buddy probably just waking up wondering what's going on. Maybe he doesn't know we're coming back for him. Trying to see, as he moved, is he there? I think that's him there. Blazing. Boom. I'm gonna go check my first target. I think there might have been one vehicle left. And there might still be something intact here. There we go, let's go check it out. Yeah, that tank there looks like it might be still alive. Can I hot dog this? Bombs away. He's shooting at me. Yeah, that was a bit... It fell a bit short, I think. It's always wiser to do another pass when you target from that close. There we go. Comes away. Boom. Alright, that's good enough for me. So we're going to go to the menu here. Waypoint I want to go to is 5. So let's type in 5. steer point. And let's change to nav mode. We can change this to our HSI. Just gonna go to the 2s. Burned quite a bit of gas. I think we started out with about 13,000 pounds. We're at 4,100. As you can see here. Oh, that's my phone. I had an alarm going for that's something I'm going to need to do. It's another way to check the rudders. Actually look at them like that. Oh, so this whole time I was flying with lights on. Wonderful. Nice beautiful juicy target with lights on. Usually when I get near the enemy sector, I turn everything off in terms of lights. Or after my wingmen have rejoined, but here I was all alone, so I'll keep them on so that the airfield sees me coming in.
Couple 80, in field, 5-1, inbound. Airfield, 5-1.
The airfield right there. Let's get the board up. Go to 2.6, which is the airfield.
Airfield 5-1, cleared for visual, contact tower. Couple 80, in field, 5-1, request landing.
Gear and flap down. Four miles. I positioned my waypoint on the threshold of the runway more or less, so that's why we see that circle right there. So I'm going to slow down a little bit more. We're going to get a better angle of attack. I think we're supposed to be between 18 and 21 or something like that. I like to be a bit lower though.
Airfield 5-1, over ready, check landing gear. Wind 253 at 3 meters per second, runway 25.
Thank you.
Look. low altitude, low altitude.
You don't say. Nice smooth landing. Let's use our brakes. This thing's fully out, yes. Lotso likes to say that if you've got these things out when you go back in, people might ridicule you, so let's get it all in.
Enfield 5-1, taxi to parking area.
Have to get off the runway without flaps and without boards. I can decide where I'm gonna go park it. There are some other F-15s there. I'll go park next to those. Nothing too fancy. Try between this last one and the F-16. How does that look? Looks all right. Maybe a bit further ahead. There we go. Looks nice. Parking brake. Can release the brakes on the pedals, and let's do the lazy shutdown.
Yaw rate. Yaw rate.
It's the other F-16 that was in the mission, our AWACS. Oh, there's an Apache as well. I'm just showing the scenery because we're waiting for shutdown. Maybe I could ask the ground crew to put the wheel chocks.
Chief, place the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now in place.
Let's get one of the engines out. There we go, other engine turning off. and make a nice screenshot. I like how they give us the "have a nice day" at the end of the auto stop sequence. So yeah, that was me practicing a few hits with GBU10s, GBU12s. My CBU, I guess I did a bit of a cowboy approach. It didn't seem to work. I got it to get a few targets this afternoon though when I was practicing. So I hope you enjoyed the little flight.